to stand and hold a sign and say I'm looking for my mommy is humiliating at age 41. But I really thought this was it. This was the last idea I had, and I wasn't sure that it would get to the right people, but I thought if I targeted the area and the area around Poughkeepsie, and if I posted it to enough sites and if enough people shared it, that eventually maybe somebody might see me and say, that girl looks familiar. It was kind of a last-ditch effort after I had exhausted every other thing that I could think of. Social media, what can you do for me? I posted it that Friday, and on Saturday it had already had something like 800 shares. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was so much more than I thought would have happened. And within a few weeks, it was past 11,000, and it was amazing to see people who I don't know posting and reposting every day. Some of these people just posted and posted and posted, and they just said, I don't know you, but your story compelled me, and I just want to help you find your family. When I found out that Joanne had passed away, there was just overwhelming grief that the person that I had looked for so long, I was never, ever, ever going to be able to see her. But then I had to be happy because Mark and Nikki are here, and I can still get to know things about my mom from them. And
you ready?
I'm ready.
Hi.
How are you?
good, how are you?
Come here.
Well, when Susan woke me up and she's telling me that, look, there's a chick holding a sign.
He was sleeping.
It matches everything.
I'm like, hey, tell me the story again. And he's like, what? And I'm like, no, just tell me the story again, And I'm like, there's this girl on Facebook. He's like, no, it couldn't be. I'm like, I don't know. Let's look. There you are.
I know. I can't believe it.
That's Mom. Uncle Mike. She didn't want to keep using the vacuum bags. We were too poor to keep buying them or whatever. She would just clean them by hand. She's cleaning out all the yick, to save on bags.
He was 5 when she was, so he remembers Joanne being pregnant, remembers her going to the hospital, coming home without a baby. Not a whole lot of explanation for a 5-year-old, you know what I mean? So he's thought about her his whole life. He couldn't be happier about it, so. And they seem to have made a real connection, so. I'm excited for him. I'm really excited.
I look a lot like Joanne.
Here's the only picture I have of all 5 of us together.
Look at that. Doesn't that look like me?
Yeah.
From just what I've heard this weekend and from what's written actually in my paperwork from the state of New York, Joanne was feeling incapable of managing another child. And with 3 previous children at such an early age, and then not being certain of who my father might be, I think Joanne was ready to throw the towel in and just say, peace out, this one's not for me. So Ed is the father of Matt, who's passed away, Mark, and Nikki. What I've heard from Joanne's sisters and from Ed himself, there is more than one potential father here. So what I did was I asked Ed to submit to a DNA test, which we have both submitted, and we're expecting the results shortly.
I was told that the people that you went to were always going to know where you came from in case they had to get a hold of us. That's what I was under.
No.
So you didn't even know you were from Vassar Hospital?
I knew. My parents made the assumption that that's where I came from because it's written on the side of the box I showed up. So they were like,
Are you serious?
I'm not kidding. I came in a box.
She came in a box.
They carried me in a box.
I keep bagging on her for that. So that's how they knew you were from Vassar.
Vassar. It's not written on any of my birth certificates.
How could they not put the hospital on it?
Wow.
Just so you couldn't trace it.
They're not supposed to put anything.
The adoption was handled through a private placement. No agency was involved in your adoption.
it should say right on the bottom, there was one really messed up little kid when you didn't come home. That's,
They didn't have that part in.
I don't know. It's been good, and up and down. I kind of feel a little standoffishness from her, which I maybe it's just me, but I definitely see her and Mark interacting, and she's fitting in marvelously with the rest of the family, and she seems to be taking it really well, better than I thought that she would, and it's great to see, her with her biological grandma and aunts and uncles and everything. It's really good, really good. If I am blessed to be her biological father, I would ask for nothing else. That would be the culmination of my existence here. She's just a wonderful little person. I love her to pieces.
But what if Ed's your dad, right? So now you're kind of like maintaining your distance. Are you going to come back and like just see him, or have him come down and see you, or like are you going to try to have a relationship with him?
Yeah, I would try. Adopted people fear rejection. So if it was possible for them to reject me once, then it could happen again. So you kind of go with the fear that I know, but you can't. I mean, people would say it can't happen once, but then you say, well, it could happen again. So there is a thing where it's harder to get to know your birth parents, because you say, like, what if they do it again? Like, it's stupid. I know it's stupid, but it's just, maybe maybe that's what I'm doing. Maybe it's a natural, like, what if he doesn't like me? Or what if he decides he doesn't want to, have anything to do with me? So if I just keep him over there and focus on a sibling like Mark, who's easy to, he makes it so easy, then you don't have to worry about it. Like, if he decides to move to California again, then I haven't lost anything.
So when I was little, I never told anybody this. When I was little, I said, I would say my things at night to the big guy, and I'd say, listen, I said, I want my mom and dad to get back together, and I want my sister to be okay. That's all. And never said a word, and I told her that just like last week, and then I told her the other day. I'm like, I'd never ever, but before bed, that's what I did, and so I got one out of the two, Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that to you. But yeah, it was.
He couldn't be more. Let me tell you. I mean, it's everything to him.
Yeah, she's hardcore though. She's tough. She's a tough cookie to break. Yeah. Hire yearbooks looking for people.
I went through many yearbooks looking for people who looked like me, which is funny because Nikki doesn't look like me, so I don't know how I was going to get. I don't know where I was going with that, but it was something that you think, I'll try this.
Oh my God, if Joanne could only have met you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, how wonderful that would have been. Because I think that knowing Mary now and seeing her,
I think it would have melted her.
I think it would have been good, because I think all of her fears might have been a little less. I mean, the fear that she had of having to answer you or what she would say to you and stuff.
Right.
I think because looking at you and just this little bit we know you, I think that you would have had enough comfort that it would have been easier for her.
The people that I know that are adopted, we look at the ages of the people, and we look and we're like, God, when I was 15, there is no way I would have been able to handle this situation. So we're adults. We're not coming at you saying, like, why did you do this to me? We're coming at you saying, like, hey, I'd like to get to know, like, what your family was like, what your history was like. And that's my 12-year-old, and then that's my second grader.
No, I'm not a photographer.
They're sweethearts. They're good kids.
She didn't have hair for a long time. We had to actually cut most of her hair off to try and make it grow back in thick. Her hair was so fine. I'm serious, definitely.
She almost didn't want to go to my wedding because she couldn't do her hair right.
I don't understand the problem. Like, what was the...
because she was obsessive about
It was never good enough.
whatever she was obsessive. That was one of the things she was just obsessive about.
Joanne never thought she was pretty.
No, she never.
No,
She was
she
very
had very,
insecure,
very
and it wasn't
insecure.
until she was here that we were going back and looking at pictures, and she looked at the picture. She goes, "You know what? All my life I thought I was ugly," and she goes, "Look at me. I wasn't ugly
She
at
was
all."
very pretty.
The hardest thing to do: talk to your mother about when she's dying, knowing she's going to die, and when a person's trying to resolve their entire life in like a month. Like at the last month, she was getting like she knows it's coming, and she was explaining all the stuff to me, and you were one of them. It was like my biggest, one of my biggest regrets, was the baby. I did a lot of things I'm not proud of.
I walked in and out.
Photos of yourself.
I know. I never put them up. How you doing?
How do you know Mary?
I just met her on. I just met her just now. I just met her on the internet. Basically, she posted. She was looking for a family, and I just kept reposting it over and over, and it got sent, I guess, to the right place. And most of the time, people just look at it and say, oh well, it's just another posting, but. I just took it personal for some reason. It was just one of those things. And people are like, what are you posting? You know this girl? I'm like, no, I don't. I just want to do it. It's my, my civic duty to do something in life for somebody, so I was really happy about it.
By the end of the weekend, it was family. We were family, and it was interesting to me because we walked in as strangers, and I felt like when I left, it would be something that we would agree to work on and visit again, and, saying goodbye was a lot harder than I imagined it was going to be.
I'm still the one that signed her away, and I'll always feel a responsibility to her, and that's never going to change no matter the outcome. She's stuck with me.